What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing Dean Koontz's second book in his Nameless series. This book is probably my favorite in the entire series, and honestly the ending is one of the best endings I've ever read in a book. So for those of you who missed my first review, Nameless is a guy who can't remember the first 30 years of his life. He can only remember the last two, where he started doing vigilante work for a mysterious handler called Ace of Diamonds. Ace of Diamonds is this guy who gives Nameless cash, guns, and coordinates of where he should go next. Nameless also has visions and can see in the future, past, and present, but he can't control them, and he doesn't know which one is which. This particular book starts off in the middle of a woods following two twins, Mia and Kara. Both are engaged to be married, and both are going on a 5-day long backpacking trip. At the beginning of the book, Dean Koontz says that they are about to be murdered. The book then cuts to Nameless, who is in the middle of a hotel. The book then cuts to Nameless in the middle of a hotel in San Bernardino, California. Nameless goes outside of the hotel to find a white aviator, a fake ID, and a cell phone that Ace of Diamonds has provided for him. He gets in the car and starts driving until he gets a text from Ace of Diamonds with coordinates of where to go. Nameless then stops for food, casually tips the waitress $300, and then drives to his next hotel. Nameless checks into his hotel and goes to his room, where he finds $20,000 in cash, a gun with a silencer, and an envelope with his next mission. The next morning, Nameless gets in his car and gets a text from Ace of Diamonds about where he should head to next. Nameless gets to the location and finds a mysterious character named Palmer Oxenwald. Oxenwald is a photographer, and he's been photographing the scenery for quite some time now. Nameless and Oxenwald make casual conversation about photography when Nameless tells Oxenwald that he shouldn't be there. Oxenwald asks him why he shouldn't, and Nameless says because there was a horrible murder in that exact same spot 4 years and 9 years ago. Oxenwald is understandably freaked out, and Nameless decides to leave when he becomes a little more hostile. Nameless goes to his hotel and decides he needs to hack into the security cameras at the hotel lobby. When Oxenwald comes back to the hotel, Nameless follows him with the cameras and sees what room he's in. He waits until Oxenwald goes down to the bar and then sneaks into his room. After breaking into his room, Nameless goes to the bar, where he starts talking to Oxenwald. They talk about the murders that happened 4 and 9 years ago. After the conversation is over, without even touching his scotch, Nameless decides to leave and tip the waitress $20. So basically, this guy is the best tipper of all time. Oxenwald freaks out and he decides to leave the hotel. He drives to Long Pine, where he gets a hotel, and this is where things get a little weird. Oxenwald pulls out a flash drive, puts it into his computer, and then you see dead bodies of the people he's murdered. Oxenwald is so affected by the photographs that he puts the flash drive under his pillow when he sleeps because he thinks it will affect his dreams. Oxenwald falls asleep and then suddenly jumps out of bed because he feels uneasy. He goes downstairs to his car to find the white aviator that Nameless was driving in the parking lot. He freaks out, packs all his stuff up including the flash drive, and then goes straight to Millerton Lake. His urge to kill has gotten greater and greater, and he can't just keep looking at the same photographs that he's killed before. He has to take new ones. Nameless wakes up, goes to a diner, which apparently is his favorite place to hang out, and gets a text from Ace of Diamonds, who has hacked into the NSA mainframe. They find out that Palmer Oxenwald is not his real name, and he's really the son of a senator. We then see a flashback of Palmer Oxenwald in school, and a doctor who was illegally recording a conversation. Ace of Diamonds gets this recording and wants to play it for him over the phone to distract him enough so that Nameless can sneak in and overpower him. Okay, this is where things get really crazy. So Ace of Diamonds sends this guy named Salazar to help Nameless sneak into the cabin. Oxenwald then gets a phone call from a blocked number and decides to answer it. The tape goes a little like this. The tape is a conversation between his father and the doctor of the school that he used to go to. The doctor says that Oxenwald hasn't made any recovery, and he still likes to look at the photographs of the dead animals that he killed. His father yells at him and then says that he can't go public with this because he's running for senator. The doctor says that Oxenwald might have to stay at the school for the rest of his life. Oxenwald's dad is extremely mad at this and says that he can't have a son who's mentally ill and run for the Senate. Oxenwald's dad offers $2 million for him to be quiet about what his son is going through. The senator says that even if his son progresses into killing people, he can go to some third world country and he would be fine with it. When Oxenwald hears this, he's furious. He tells himself that he's totally normal and there are other people who are much worse in the world. Just as he says that, he takes his camera, gets on a motorcycle, and goes looking for his next prey. Nameless and Salazar get into the house but are too late to subdue Palmer. They run to the aviator and try to follow him, but the motorcycle is too quick for them. The book then skips to Mia and Kara, who are ending their 5-day hiking trek. They come along this meadow when they see a mysterious man taking their photo. They look closer and the audience sees that the man is Oxenwald. He waves him over to get them closer and then takes out his gun and fires at them. He takes 6 shots and then we hear a 7th. The girls turn back and they see Nameless standing over the paralyzed body of Oxenwald. Oxenwald had been subdued by a tranquilizer dart that Nameless had in his gun. Mia and Kara run over to Nameless and ask him how he could have missed 6 shots when they were point blank. Nameless reveals the reason he went into Oxenwald's room was to empty the magazine in his gun. Nameless asks the girls to help him with the body and take it to his car. When Oxenwald starts waking up, Mia just shoots him again with a tranquilizer gun. After they help move Oxenwald's body to the aviator, Nameless gives Mia and Kara a $200,000 Rolex watch. Salazar and Nameless then drive Oxenwald back to his house and put him in the garage. They then open the door, lock him inside, and then wait. This right here is probably my favorite ending to a Dean Koontz novel. It's kind of dark, and I don't know what it reveals about my personality, but karma's sometimes very fun. At the very end of the book, Oxenwald wakes up in his own house, thinks he's completely safe, starts walking through his house, and then finds a 300-pound mountain lion that hasn't eaten in 4 days. You can imagine what happens next. Nameless and Salazar slowly walk away from the house, get in the white aviator, and hear the screams of Oxenwald. Overall, this is probably my favorite book in the series. It was really interesting all the way through, and even though you kind of knew where it was going, the ending was just so gruesome and so Quentin Tarantino-like. It's just so fun. Thanks so much for watching my channel. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe, and come back tomorrow. We're gonna do the 3rd book in Dean Koontz's Nameless series, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hope to see you there.